Hello, beautiful people. It's your girl Chana Adiela. Today, I want to speak to the daughters of Eve. Our subject matter today is strong, independent women. I have a problem with that. Many of us at some point in our lives have branded ourselves as strong, independent women. I have at some point in my life, but that branding doesn't really fit that bill. Why? Because much of the time, you're going to find that woman who calls herself an independent woman. She's one woman who is very bitter, very angry, and who has a nasty attitude towards men. Yes, she's justified in that because the sons of Adam, you, our brothers, sometimes you really put us through so much. You're going to meet that woman who is almost perfect, an 8 out of 10, wife material, if I have to say. But what do you do? Do you marry her? No. You date her, you use her, and you dump her, leaving her broken, her self esteem destroyed. And she, in turn, ends up calling herself an independent woman. One, she's able to pay her bills, she's able to take care of her child or children. She is angry and bitter at what you, our brothers, have done to her. So, in turn, she ends up saying, I don't need no man in my life. That doesn't make a strong, independent woman. That is just one hurt, angry, bitter woman. I would rather we change the term strong, independent woman and take it to confident, successful woman to differentiate the two. Because a confident, successful woman is one who can take care of her bills and her everything financially, one who is at peace with the menfolk, you, the sons of Adam. She's not bitter at you. Yes, you're broken her down. But because she has dated two, three, four men who broke her heart, does it make all the men on this planet Earth bad? No. And she knows that. But she keeps herself till the day she meets that man who is going to love her right and treat her right. And she's not going to be rude. She's not going to be obnoxious about it. She's not going to have pride and arrogance, which the independent woman is. Should be that woman who has forgiven herself for her faults, forgiven the men who broke her up. And yes, she can take care of herself and her children, even without a man. At the end of the day, she doesn't claim to say, I don't need a man in my life, I'm okay. No, she will in turn say, yes, I've been broken so much. But if I end up meeting that right man for me, I will definitely end settling down. Now, the independent woman, you'll find her, she's not even independent in any way, even financially. She's the same woman you're going to find. She comes from a broken relationship and she has a child or children from her ex boyfriend. And what she does, she's the first to run to the justice system, seeking for child support, suing for it. And this is where I have a problem with that. I'm not saying that men should not take care of their children, whether in wedlock or out of wedlock. No. But this is a kind of double standards. You participated in premarital sex with this man. You got pregnant and you knew you could get pregnant. You didn't take precautions for that. So why are you running to sue the man for support? Can you also run? When you're running to sue the man for child support, run to sue yourself too for having premarital sex and unprotected sex. Because how do you expect you're just dating a man and then you end up getting married, getting pregnant for him, and yet you're not married to him. And he has not even shown you any sign of wanting to get married to you. Who should you be blaming? Yourself. Yourself. Because children should be had in the confines of marriage. Call me pretentious. It is well. But that is the fact. And that is why we are having so many angry, bitter women outside there. And then we end up calling ourselves strong, independent women. Yes, you may be financially empowered. But if you're truly a strong, independent woman who doesn't need a man in her life, what then are you doing planning a girl's trip out of the town for the weekend where you're drinking and partying the weekend away, and you look for some young men or men, whatever their age bracket, to have a good time with them. If you're really independent and you don't need a man, you'd not be looking for those sexual hookups. You'd be okay by yourself. Two, if you don't need a man in your life, these days people are buying sex toys. I don't know what the world is getting to. Why do you need a gadget to perform the duty that God intended a man to do for you? And then you're calling yourself strong, independent woman. You're not strong and independent. You're not. If you really didn't need the men in your life, you'd not even be looking for those gadgets to please yourself sexually. You wouldn't. And everything that is happening in our world today, it's all because of our degraded moral values and Christian values. I can say in this time that we are living, we are living in Sodom and Gomorrah. You remember that in the Bible? We have stopped living under the laws and precepts of the Most High God, but we are living as per our precepts. And that is why we are ending up having so many cases of issues in relationships. Young people coming out as gay. And I know this is going to offend so very many people. Coming out as gay. You're like, I'm free to exercise my sexuality. Is that what God really intended? No. So even this independent woman has come from all that premarital sex, because if you're not having premarital sex, you'd not have dated 70 men. You'd not have been broken hearted by those men. You'd not be raising your kids on your own. For those who got babies out of wedlock, I'm not talking about the people who come from broken marriages. That's a different case scenario. And that is why we are getting bitter and angry women claiming to be independent women. You're not. You're not an independent woman. You're not. You're just bitter, you're angry, and you're vile. But if you find yourself to be okay being single, you're not angry at men, you've not put off that you can end up getting married one day, you're able to cater for your bills and your children, you're at peace with yourself and with men, then you are an independent woman. But for the others, if you're going to find yourself trolling others, like the post I see, and if a woman is talking real talk like I'm doing, you get trolled on social media, people telling you, you're just talking about that because you need validation from men. For me, I don't need any validation from any man. I do not. Because I am comfortable in my own skin. I'm at peace with myself. I'm at peace with God. And I'm at peace with the men in the world. And that's why I always tell people there are good men and good women left. Let us look at that. Let us stop calling ourselves independent women, and we are not. We are not. Unless, of course, we are calling ourselves independent women for the right reasons and for the right attitudes in our lives. Let us look at that. I would love to hear all your comments, positive or even negative, on this matter. Let us talk. Let us open up. Let us try to change our mindsets towards life, love, and relationships. I love you all with the love of Christ, and remain blessed. Bye-bye.